We got a red dot. Folks, good morning. Welcome back to Three Throw to Go, Akron's hottest and fastest growing show. I'm your host, Hank Forrester, sitting here with Tanya right now at One of a Kind Pet Rescue. This is the other facility, right? This is where the medical care takes place. So it's not the show me facility. As far as we're one of a kind family. So I always joke, everybody always says, okay, is your name Hank? We went over that, but my dog's name is Hank. My dog is Hankster. So we picked up Hankster, this would have been back in 2010. So he's 9 years old now, and he's been with us since then. I think he was about 6 months old when we got him. So One of a Kind is located in West Akron. The viewing facility is directly behind Walgreens, over by AutoZone. So if you're familiar with that parking lot area. So yeah, you guys have been in the news a lot this week. How are you?
We're doing well.
So I reached out to you. Okay, it's a big story.
Right.
It's been in the Beacon. It's been on the news, and now we're that second tier of media coverage, right? Because the story's now out there, and now I'm here to kind of find out more information from you.
Right.
And it gives you a chance to kind of express that with the community. Okay, so tell us the gist, to give everybody the quick rundown of what you guys have done. All right, up to this point.
Okay, so we were contacted over a week ago about a situation in Southern Ohio with a large amount of dogs that were in desperate need. They had sarcoptic mange, among other things, yet to be determined, and were not living in a proper environment. Basically, out in the country at the end of a dirt road was a farm, and people had gotten into the habit of dumping their there that were unwanted. So the person who lived at the end of this road, just out of an act of kindness, started throwing food to them, just so they don't starve to death. And over time, accumulated about 48 dogs. And somehow along the line, they all contracted sarcoptic mange, also known as scabies. So we came in, we rescued all of the dogs, and brought some of them in the early part of last week, almost a week ago today. And then the other balance of 33 dogs were brought in on Friday. So we completed their intake, about 10 p.m. Friday night, I think. There was a team of us here working like mad to just do the typical intake. And when you think about doing intake on 33 dogs that have all medical conditions and issues, it's somewhat of a triage environment.
Right.
Right away, we vaccinate everyone because that's what they're in need of, and we're required to do. So we vaccinate them all, we assess them all, male, female, jot down anything pressing that presents itself at that time, such as ear infections, eye infections. We clipped nails that a lot of you have seen on the news that were curling and wrapping under the feet, and just do what we needed to do initially. We got them some meds to stop their itching because they were itching uncontrollably. They had open sores. It's hard for us to determine initially whether the open sores are self-induced from itching, scratching, or from fighting. Because when you have 48 dogs together, the fights break out.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I mean, the whole thought process. I mean, yeah, as a person or an individual, I could see, we got to help these dogs. But at the same time, at what point do you think, this is a problem? I mean, once you would have hit 10, but so how did they reach out to you guys? Why Akron? Why you guys? So out of everybody in the state, you know what I mean?
Right. I think what had happened was the animal control facility of Scioto County, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, they became involved, and when they became involved, they knew that it was larger than what they were going to be able to handle on their own.
Okay.
Their resources and their facilities were not big enough. So they just put an ask out to everyone in the state.
Okay.
Basically, help us. We need help. We need rescues. And nobody responded.
Okay.
We were the first, and from what I understand, the only rescue to respond.
Well, good job.
Thanks.
All right, so I stopped by Saturday morning to do this, and they were like, "We can't right now. We don't even know what's going on." And I think I ended up talking to you on the phone, and it was now that I realized that the whole triage thing taking place late in the evening on Friday, right?
Right.
So now you've had the weekend with these dogs now, and you kind of have more of a needs assessment that's been established at this point. Okay,
Right.
I'm assuming there are different dogs that fall into different categories in terms of what their needs are, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have dogs from puppies, about 8 weeks of age, to very, very, very geriatric seniors.
Okay.
So obviously, just from an age standpoint, they're all going to have their own specific needs.
Okay.
So we have that going on. The second issue that we realized upon intake was none of these dogs are fixed.
Okay.
None of them are spayed and neutered. So all 48 are going to require spaying and neutering. They're going to be on this, treatment for the scabies for the next month.
Okay.
Now, what that entails is both internal meds, which we're used to handling on a large scale.
Okay.
A lot of our dogs are on meds for one reason or another, maybe even just a mild pain med after surgery. But the bathing is what is overwhelming.
Okay.
Because every single dog has to be bathed twice a week.
Okay. And is
So-
it with a special shampoo or something like
Yes,
that?
it's a special medicated shampoo. So when you break that down into numbers, basically we need to perform 14 baths a day, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
So right now they are just trying to get that scheduled
Okay.
and keep it tracked. Did Diamond have her bath? Did Opal have her bath? We're trying to make sure that everything is documented properly and tracked properly so that everybody gets their meds, everybody gets their baths.
Are they all named?
They are all named.
Is that part of the intake process, or did they?
Was.
None of them had names before, I'm assuming.
No,
Okay.
none had names. Even the gentleman, on the farm that was feeding them, he didn't name them.
Right. Okay. So then, what are you from a needs standpoint? You need people and money, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how does that work? Let's say somebody wants to volunteer. What do they do to do that?
The first thing they need to do is go to our website, oneofakindpets.com. We do have a volunteer on that website that they can fill out and send back to us. They can either email it to volunteer@oneofakindpets.com, or they can bring it in person if they'd like. But in order to get established as a volunteer, you have to fill out that paperwork initially, and you have to take our orientation.
Okay.
That's for safety purposes so that we can ensure that
You're handling the dogs properly,
Right.
not getting bit and all that kind of stuff, right?
So that's something any volunteer on any given day has to do with us.
Okay.
We do have a little bit of a second tier volunteer training with these particular dogs because it is a unique situation with
Just has to be expedited would be the word, right?
right. Expedited, yes, but we just need to make sure that everybody's protected because
Okay.
it is contagious.
Okay. So then, what's the need financially? I had read somewhere in the paper it was like $200 a day per dog in terms of the medical care that they're going to need, or how does that work?
Right, and that was just the initial assessment for the medicines that we knew we were going to be purchasing.
Okay.
That did not include the extra staff that would have to be scheduled, in employee hours.
Okay.
That didn't include the extra supplies that would have to be purchased in protecting our volunteers and our staff members. That didn't include any extraordinary medical that may present itself.
Okay.
Upon intake, we did realize that one female in particular had some pretty severe masses. And there was another male that had some pretty severe masses on his hind legs. So those are extraordinary medical conditions that will have to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
That's over and above the $200 a day.
Yeah. So what if folks want to donate money? How does that work with you guys? Is there a way to do that?
Oh yeah, we're not going to turn anybody down ever.
Okay.
So you're more than welcome to bring any money of any kind to the clinic or to the adoption center here in Akron.
Okay.
We do have a button on our website, oneofakindpets.com, that allows you to donate. It is handled by PayPal, but you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can use a credit card, debit card, anything like that,
okay,
to donate on our website. And we do have a couple donate links out there on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Some of my posts that I throw up there, I add a donate button because that's quick and easy for a lot of people. Once they see the photos and hear the story, they want to do something, so they donate right there.
All right, so from a process standpoint now, what are we looking at in terms of when will these dogs eventually be available for adoption? How long is that looking to be?
We're hoping about a month.
Okay.
Should be about a month if all goes well. There might be a couple lag behind if they have those extraordinary medical issues, you know, that I mentioned. If there's a leg that happens to be amputated or something like that, then
okay,
that particular dog might not be on the same track.
Okay.
But if it's just the mange that we're dealing with, that should be recovered in about a month.
Okay.
And they should be available.
Okay. You want to go see some of the pups?
Sure.
We okay to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'll just flip this around then. Once again, folks, we are at the secondary facility. So this is not the main adoption facility. This is the treatment and care facility. So if you ever get your dogs or cats spayed or neutered, this is where you bring them. Is that correct? Yes. Okay.
And I want to point out that the spay and neuter happens on that side of the building.
Okay.
So the space we provide to the public is completely separate from the kennel space where these dogs are being treated.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they never cross paths.
Perfect. All right. Then, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So we're heading on in.
Don't mind our laundry.
Okay.
It's never ending, but now it's especially bad.
Oh, of course. And it's interesting. People would never think that you would have to have a laundry room here. Okay, so that's already enlightening, right?
Yeah, yeah. Tons and tons of laundry.
Okay.
And obviously, if something is especially saturated, we just dispose of it because we don't want to put it in our machines.
Okay.
But most things get washed and regularly, and those machines go 24/7.
Okay, and I believe
we
it.
have multiple machines throughout both buildings.
Sure. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So we can go. Actually, if you want to flip around, we'll go into this first room.
Okay. Flip around.
Actually, we'll do another room.
Okay.
Brandy's in there working and cleaning right now.
Okay.
Which is pretty much a regular thing.
So this is interesting. Let's take a look at this sign here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Maine's quarantine must wear gown, gloves, and booties when handling the dogs. All right. So no volunteers. Do this room last. It is contagious.
Right.
Now, just so we're clear, contagious as far as dogs, as humans, we can't get this, can we?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's important to note.
Yes.
All right.
This type of mange is actually a mite that burrows under the skin, creates a sore, becomes very itchy, scratchy.
Okay.
Now they have been through a couple treatments already.
Okay. So it is safe for me to walk in and just not touch anything.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
not airborne or
All right.
anything like that. As long as you don't touch anything, you'll be fine.
Just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll head in. We'll look at a couple of them.
Okay.
And,
Sounds good.
see what's going on.
All right. Okay.
This is Gino. His name is Gino right now, but it'll actually be changed to a gemstone. I don't know how he got the name of Gino, but we think a lot of the dogs are Shar-Pei, mix of Shar-Pei. A lot of them have purple tongues. A lot of them have that real loose, wrinkly skin, typical of Shar-Peis. This guy is super, super sweet, very friendly. We think he might have some vision impairment of some sort. But that's him. There were a few that came in that were very scared, extremely scared. It's difficult for us to assess initially if the dog is feral or if it was just so filled with fear that it was reacting out of fear.
Right, right.
So now is when we're going to make that determination as they calm down, as they settle, as they heal. Are they feral or were they scared?
Okay. Okay.
I think that most of them were scared.
Okay.
Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. They've been sleeping a lot because I think they've been finally able to rest and relax.
This is Mallory.
This is Mallory.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you'll see a little bit of itching here and there, but for the most part, they're relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that pretty much is it as far as info. Any closing thoughts that you'd like to share with everybody?
No, just continue to help.
And this is how you keep track of everything right here, right?
Right. Well, we haven't put the new dogs up here on the board yet, but
Okay.
these are some of the dogs that we've had, in our care. So we track some of their activities and put notes here. High prey drive, not available for whatever reason.
Okay.
But yeah, this is our board where we keep notes.
Nice. Well, I really appreciate you allowing us in. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Good luck with everything, and we'll keep track of the story for you. This is going to be up on our Facebook, and we'll help you share the word.
Sounds great.
Try and get you some help, and then try and get these dogs adopted when it's time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're going to have a big adoption party when they are available. And I'll be running updates as well on our Facebook page about the Ruff family. We're calling them the Diamonds in the Rough, so
Okay.
they're the Ruff family.
Okay.
And yeah, we will be updating everyone.
All right. Well, that's it from here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday at the mayoral debate. Until then, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense of being late. And everybody out there, say goodnight, Shirley.